mixed feelings about my last job. There you are. All right, look. I've been lining up a score with that asshole roll call from the Siren of the Stars for months. I'm not about to let a payday slip through my fingers. So guess what? You're gonna finish the job for me. Of course you'll get a cut. That's how everything works around here. Why would this be any different? Rokov's been tipping me off about some kind of bullshit charity event that the Siren of the Stars is hosting. At the event, they're gonna give away something called the Earth Savior Award, which is worth tens of thousands of credits. So it's simple. While you're on the Siren, swiping those Galbait credentials, I want you to grab that award and bring it to me. No. Dombrowski's only aboard to use the Galbank VIP suite, so he can catch a free ride at the company's expense. I'm sure he'll be there partying with the other spoiled brats. I guarantee he doesn't give a crap about what's going on at the event. From the pictures I've seen, the award is set with 12 blue diamonds and covered in gold filigree. If I get Jazz to take it apart, I can turn it into a hell of a lot of cash. And best of all, the components become untraceable. Yeah, very funny. You're hilarious. You should stand up on the bar here and start telling more jokes. This crowd would eat it up. Look, you can make all the jokes and excuses you want. But if you don't come back with the ES award, I'm gonna deduct it from your pay. Either way, I get my money. How much you walk away with is in your own hands. Got it?
I suppose it is up to you to decide whether it is worth it.
All Rokov does is feed me information. If I ask him to lift a finger, he gives me enough sob stories to fill a freighter's cargo bay. If you want my advice, leave him completely out of the loop. Otherwise, it's gonna cost both of us some credits. Yeah, ES, Earth, Savior. Get it? Come on. Keep up with me here. I got about 17 other things to do and you're holding me up. Then it's settled. Good. All right, Rook, we're done here. Now, get your ass to the Siren and bring me my goods. Because that's exactly what you are. A rookie, a newbie, fresh meat. Beneath all of that inexperience, I'm sure you have an actual name. But honestly, no one gives a darn. So get used to hearing that word. Until you earn your stripes, you're a rook to everyone in the fleet.
Pirates and alcohol. What could go wrong in a place like this?
The fleet protects our own. But you turn against us, and you're dead.
Those mission ready to make those credits? If you need credits, you know where to find me.
You can get work from the boards near the Reckoner's core.
I don't trust shielding. I got secret compartments on my ship just in case.
Chain separation, Captain. Perfect. Yes, we're here. Yep. Time to cycle the airlock and move.
I got mess hall duty next week. Gotta take their turn. I ain't got a question. You boarded the key. I can't imagine what's taking it.
You're back. So how did it go?
It only takes one pirate to screw everything.
Then things are moving forward. Perfect.
Nice job, Rook.
I was certain we'd fool Delgado, but never. She's a sharp one. Overcoming her scrutiny is no small matter. Did you discover anything worth reporting yet? Legacy. Why does that sound familiar? Wait a moment. Are you telling me Delgado may have actually located Crix's legacy?
I have never heard of such a thing.
I'm surprised. I thought this was one of those tales that made it to every corner of the settled systems.
I suppose it's possible, sir. Intelligence picked up a bit of chatter on that subject recently. We assumed it was some sort of tall tale or a story to attract recruits to their cause. Well, we can solve that little mystery in about 10 seconds. Let me see what we have here. Nope. There are no records of a Gal Bank transport named the Legacy in the database. I think Delgado's trying to manipulate you. What do you think, sir?
I think there's no record because Gal Bank is hiding something. Delgado's no fool. If he risked his own neck to get that information, then he must be on to something. We have to take this seriously. What's your next move? Clever, Delgado. Very clever. If I were in your place, I'd be trying to do the exact same thing. We can't let Delgado get his hands on what could potentially turn out to be the largest haul of credits the Crimson Fleet's ever seen.
Maybe I should head out to New Atlantis, sir. I could press the Gal Bank execs for information. Get ahead of everything.
No. Let's allow this to run its course. We have our agent here feeding us information. I think that's good enough for now. There's more to this than just finding the location of the transport. Jasper Creeks was clever. For some reason, he never got there. Because the Crimson Fleet would be a totally different adversary, and Creeks wouldn't have disappeared years ago. Even if they hid the money with that damn human computer Shinya Voss, our forensic accounting people would have found that data. No, the Crimson Fleet are in dire shape right now. They haven't seen that much currency, well, ever. And let Neva Mora take his place, or Shinya Voss, or any one of a number of pirates already gunning for his position. No. The solution is to stick to the undercover operation and determine how much of this is truly a credible threat. It's imperative that you do. If the Crimson Fleet gets its hands on a transport full of currency, it would be disastrous for the settled systems. I need you to do whatever you can to bring us more information. And for God's sake, don't kill anyone on that Starliner. We're both dismissed.
Wherever the Crimson Fleet go.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
What's on your mind? Yes? Looking for something? Oh yeah, I do.
Oh! Need a moment to walk that off?
Clamps released. Air pressure stable. Thrusters are a go. Ready. No matter how many times we jump, it never gets old. And we're docking. And complete.
To what do I owe this pleasure? I can do that.
About time you showed up. All right, I want to know what's going on. I've been trying to get Delgado's attention for, I don't know, 3 years now. And what do I get? Nothing but radio silence. Then out of nowhere, just when Neva and I are closing in on a huge score of our own, Delgado orders me to help you out. Yeah, I figured you'd say something like that. Just another one of Delgado's loyal little soldiers, huh? Fine, have it your way. So Neva's message said you were here for Dombrowski. Was that all she sent you here to do? Or was there something else you were sent here to steal? Fine, have it your way. Apparently, you have everything under control. So why are you targeting a Gaul Bank exec anyway? Not exactly your average Crimson Fleet prey. Why the interest? Merchant vessels, transports, supply convoys, mining settlements, you get the picture. But taking on a megacorp, that's a really big deal. Something the Crimson Fleet stayed away from in the past. Sounds to me like Delgado's either getting desperate, or this is leading to an even bigger score down the road. Oh, I see. We're playing this game now. Fine, fine. Well, you might as well turn around and hop back aboard your ship because you're not getting near Dombrowski without my help.
It would seem we have little choice in the matter. We should hear him out.
Oh no. No, no, no. Delgado isn't gonna drop a cred stick on the table and be done with it. I don't want money. I want back into the Crimson Fleet. It's as simple as that. That's a disturbing way to put it. But I suppose that's the best offer I'm gonna get, so I'll take it. Dombrowski's a full-timer aboard the Siren of the Stars. Probably spends more time cruising the space lanes than actually working. Fortunately, the Siren is hosting the Terran Preservation Society charity gala. Larry won't be able to resist showing off his VIP clout. To get what you need, you're gonna have to attend the gala, talk to his fellow philanthropists, and dig up some dirt.
Oh no. Is shooting everyone an option? Alternately shooting ourselves to avoid it?
The event's a complete sham. Bunch of rich snobs getting together and throwing a party for themselves. These people couldn't give a damn about Terran preservation or any other charity for that matter. Yeah, well, lucky for you, it's not black tie, so you'll be fine. This card will allow you to access the Starfield ballroom. If you need my help, I'll be relaxing in one of the upper-level lounges. Head inside and mingle with the crowd. No one likes Dombrowski, so they'll be more than happy to share his dirty secrets. He's a VIP executive, which means he either worked really, really hard using blood, sweat, and tears to make the arduous climb to the top, or he backstabbed, lied, cheated, and betrayed his way up the corporate ladder. From what I've heard, it's the second option. Now you're speaking my language. Oh, there's one last thing. Trident equips all of their starliners with the latest acoustic threat detection. Meaning that you lose patience and kill anyone aboard the ship, security will be alerted and all hell will break loose. Anyway, I suppose that's enough to get you started. Good luck. Oh, I know plenty. Been tracking that beauty for months. Neva and I were working out something. Hey, wait a minute. Don't tell me she's sending you after the award alone. Neva must be out of her mind if she thinks she's gonna screw me out of this deal. I can't believe she's trying to cut me out of this deal. Without me, the award never would have ended up here in the first place. I spent months manipulating the Terran Preservation Society to hosting their gala affair aboard the Siren of the Stars. I had to arrange the event to make sure that the award was aboard the ship. Neva said she'd do the rest. When I got a message about Dombrowski, I assumed she'd be tagging along to steal the award. But looks like she sent you in her place. She told you to hold that over my head, did she? Oh, that witch. Fine, I'll help. But you're doing all the legwork, and I'm still taking my cut of the payout. So tell me, what's the status of your plan? I once saw Neva strip down a UC security ship and sell the parts back to the UC through a shell company. If that doesn't put your concerns to rest, I don't know what will. Now tell me, what about the status of your plan? How can I help? Okay, then let me point you to the person in charge of the award. Her name's Sheila Holbrook, and you can probably find her in the Starfield ballroom. I'd press her to reveal where the award's hidden, and we can go from there. And if you're thinking of pulling the trigger on poor Miss Holbrook, remember that any gunfire is gonna set off the ship's alarms. They claim their goal is to celebrate the soul of the Earth, the culture, the people, and the ideals of the past. In their minds, Earth is now dead, which is why they feel that preservation of its remaining aspects is so important. In reality, this is what happens when folks with far too much time and far too much money get together to make themselves feel like they're contributing to society. As long as you remember that I'm getting paid my cut, I'll help you with anything you want. What's the status of your plan? Oh, and while you're at the gala, avoid the canapes. They're frozen, not fresh.
Captain Rokov is one of the most easygoing COs I've ever worked under. In fact, he doesn't act much like a captain at all.
You're a guest of Captain Rokov, right? Welcome aboard.
There's nothing quite like the view from this night.
If you have any needs, please enter a request into the computer located at the entryway to your cabin.
If you have any specific requests, please speak to one of the crew's attendants.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future Society events aboard the Starliner.
The Society chair is really outdone herself this time.
Are you a member of the Society? It's a shame that the Earth ended in such a sorry state, but I'm glad. Benjamin Bayou of Neon won the award the first time it was presented, but he dropped out of the Society a couple of years back. The considerable amounts of cash that Dombrowski donates are the only reason we allow him to attend Society functions. Could we talk about something else? Do we really need to go over this again? Enjoy the rest of the event.
An open bar would have been nice, but Trident's gouging us for every credit we've got. You don't necessarily have to be wealthy to contribute, though the minimum donation level is 5,000 credits. Even if I was offered the award, I wouldn't take it. Can you imagine the security nightmare I'd have to deal with? No thank you. I heard he uses Galbank's VIP suite on the Siren of the Stars almost monthly. Does the man ever do any real work? Besides what I already told you? No. That's all then? Okay.
Quite a lovely Starliner. Nothing but the best for the Society, eh?
Have you tried the canopies?
Pleased to
Horrid.
make your acquaintance.
Positively horrid.
Not much. Other than the fact that they host these wonderfully entertaining gala events every month. I missed out on the award to someone else last year. So this year, I doubled my contributions to the Society. Fingers crossed. I don't know why Larry's attending this event. He could care less about any planet, let alone the Earth. Haven't we already talked about this? Huh. Well, that was boring.
So what brings you aboard?
Here for business or pleasure? Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. When you join, they send you a small chunk of rock from the Earth itself. I keep mine on my desk. Yes, he's some kind of a top dog over at Galbank. I heard he replaced someone that was caught running a fake loan scam. Nice to have met you.
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it? Is this about that feature SSNN ran a few years ago? I can assure you, this is a legitimate charity organization. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. Larry has an A-level executive rating over at Galbank, which means he has access to everyone's accounts at the touch of a button. Don't forget to donate to the cause.
Yeah, can we do this later? Mind moving along? I'm trying to enjoy the celebration. Sorry, I'm busy. Maybe we'll talk another time.
So, what brings you about?
Quite a lovely Starliner. Nothing but the best for the society.
Here for
huh?
business or pleasure? Donations to the society can be debited from my bank account on a monthly basis. I barely have to lift a finger to help. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. He's been spending a lot of time with Claudia Swist. Quality time, if you catch my meaning? I'm certain his wife doesn't know a thing about it. Don't forget to donate to the cause.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future society events aboard the Starliner.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Have you tried the canapes? Horrible. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee. I'm a silver member of the society, but only a... He's been spending a lot of time with Claudia Swist. Enjoy the rest of the event.
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it? Hello? Are you a member of the society?
The society chair has really outdone herself this time.
Here for business or pleasure?
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future society events aboard the Starliner.
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it?
On behalf
Hello.
of myself and the entire
Are you a member of
team at Trident
Sheila
Lines,
Holbrook?
we wish to thank you for choosing to travel with us.
He's been spending a lot of time. Nice to have met you.
Have you tried the canapes? Horrid. Positively horrid.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Quite a lovely Starliner. Nothing but the best for the society, huh?
The society chair has really outdone herself this time. An open bar would have been nice, but Trident's gouging us for every credit we got.
In the event of a lockdown, remember to return to your cabin in a quiet and orderly fashion.
So, What brings you aboard?
Hello. Are you a member of the Society?
An open bar would have been nice, but Trident's gouging us for every credit we've got.
Please remain in designated passenger areas at all times. Have a safe journey.
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it?
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Any complaints about your cruise should be directed to one of the staff.
Don't forget to keep your Starview pass handy at all times, or you won't have access to the ballroom.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future Society events aboard a Starliner.
Quite a lovely Starliner. Nothing but the best for the Society, huh?
The ship's purser can assist you with any matters regarding the security of your items.
Please remember to obey all posted safety and mustering instructions.
Captain Lokov said you're allowed in any of the crew-specific areas. Just don't touch anything. This is one of Trident's top-of-the-line vessels. Hell of a ship, isn't it?
Listen. Trident must have spent a fortune equipping this ship with triple redundancy. Every day that I wake up in my bunk, I count my blessings to have been pushed into a ship like the Siren of the Stars.
These newer vessels more or less run autonomously, which doesn't leave much for the crew to do around here.
Between you and me, the best part of my job is getting a crack of the leftovers from the dining area.
There's nothing quite like the view from the Starview ballroom.
Listen. Can't hear the engines, can you? You're not going to find better to...
These newer vessels more or less run autonomously.
Between you and me, the best part of my job is getting a crack at all of the leftovers.
Trident must have spent a fortune equipping this ship.
You're a guest of Captain Rukov, right? Welcome aboard.
sorry. Do I know you? Okay, wait. Are you seriously... are you trying to pick me up? Look, I appreciate the compliment, but I'm already seeing someone. And my partner doesn't like competition. He gets very jealous. I can't believe this is happening. I told Larry to keep his big mouth shut, but did he listen? No! He had to impress his friends and treat me like a trophy. Look, I've been in this business for a long time, and I know how this game works, so let's skip all the banter and get it over with. What's it gonna take to make us both happy? If I give you dirt on that son of a bitch Dombrowski, all I'm doing is endangering myself. Why would I do that? Oh, damn it all to hell. You're one of the authorities? Then I'm already sunk. Alright, you've made your point. You know, this whole thing really pisses me off. Larry and I had the perfect scheme where thousands of credits all worked out, and then he goes and flushes the whole thing down the toilet.
I do not understand. Your anger is focused on Mr. Dombrowski, but clearly the failure of this plan rests on you as well.
If you had to work near him day in and day out, I think you'd understand. He's a disgusting pig, plain and simple. Yeah, I'm getting to that. Larry got together with myself and this other guy, Gabriel Vera. He's some bigwig over at UC Security. I doctored the transactions, Larry wiped them off the system, and Vera kept the legal pressure off of us. We were scamming Galbank for months. It was going well until I discovered Larry was cheating everyone by changing each transaction in his favor before deleting them. I wish I had some. Maybe you should try talking to Gabriel Vera. He should be around here somewhere. If he doesn't want to cooperate, just mention my name. That should grab his attention. Good luck. You're gonna need it. What, are you writing a damn novel? Fine. Vera works for UC Security, so he kept a lookout on their and Dombrowski made sure that all of the crypto manipulation I was working on didn't turn up and... You need top clearance for that kind of act. What do you think is going on? I'm using that gullible idiot to get what I want. If I have to... Let's get one thing straight. Larry Dombrowski's no...
Saints seem few and far between these days.
And why should you? Dombrowski is a piece of human garbage. He'd stab you in the back for table scraps, then stab you again to steal dessert. The plan's always been to milk the guy for everything he's worth, and then leave him in the dust. Not bad for a lowly Galbank worker drone, right? I wrote a computer algorithm that basically creates a randomized number of false ghost credits that mimic the crypto key of actual credits. Then the algorithm simply passes the ghost credits to whatever legit transfers that the bank transacts. The genuine credits enter a dummy account. The best part is that I also alter the crypto keys as the real cash flows into our accounts. By the time it lands in our pockets, so on paper, it appears that all of the bank's I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the wall.
White Serpent favors me to have put you in my path.
I'm sorry, but unless you're reporting a security situation, I need to get back to my duties.
Here for business or pleasure?
Is this important? I don't have a lot of time for idle nonsense. Yes, I'm extremely busy preparing for the award ceremony, so this better be important. Not at all. I was assured that this particular ship was outfitted with the absolute latest and cutting-edge security. I am completely confident that Trident Luxury Lines will keep all of us safe. Probably in a few days. I don't want the award transfer to actually occur until we're safely in orbit at our destination. Of course, if I keep getting interrupted, the ceremony might never take place at all. Yes, I am. Actually, I've been entrusted with the transfer of the award for the last 7 of its 9 years. Why do you ask? Forget it. I refuse to have a repeat of last year's fiasco, where the name leaked early and started a common brawl. The winner's name is safely sealed away with the award itself, inside the master safe located at the purser's office. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have much more important things on my agenda than to speak to the likes of you.
Have you tried the canapes? Horrid. Positively horrid.
Quite an event they're throwing today, don't you think? Hello. You here for the charity event? Oh, I'm afraid that's a bit outside my wheelhouse. I work for UC Security, so I don't think I could be of much help. I have nothing to do with Galbank. Claudia sent you, did she? Look, friend, I don't know if you're just a little drunk, maybe a touch crazy, or both. Whatever you think you know about me, you're dead wrong. So back off. Just in case you weren't aware, I am the authorities. Anything you try to report will boil down to your word against mine. And since I work for UC Security, who do you think people will believe? You've had your time to talk. Now piss off.
The society chair has really outdone herself this time.
So, what brings you aboard?
I've done this particular...
You again? You've already ruined our scheme. I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the wall.
On behalf of Trident Luxury Lines, I'd like to welcome you aboard. Welcome to the Purser's office. I'm Chief Purser Murata. How can I be of assistance today? Oh, absolutely. The safe is magnetically sealed and shielded with multiple layers of fully damage-resistant, vacuum-proof plating. In the unlikely event our vessel is boarded and the threat detection alarm is triggered, the safe will be permanently sealed until it reaches port. In the even more unlikely event this ship is destroyed, we can assure you that your loved ones will be able to recover your goods from the wreckage. So, as you can imagine, your property will be complete. An excellent question. My responsibilities include... Honestly, I really enjoy the work. I've only seen it briefly myself, but I can assure you that it's quite lovely. Unfortunately, the item is locked inside of our safe, Is there anything else I can assist you with today? Well, if you change your mind, I'll be here. Have a wonderful trip. I'm sorry, it's against Trident policy. You do? All right, but you didn't hear this from me. Do you understand? I don't want to lose my job. I like Captain Rokov, but I think he's mixed up with some very dangerous people. I was bringing some paperwork to his quarters one day, and I found a slate with a message he received from someone named Delgado. That would normally be fine, but the message mentions the Crimson Fleet, as in pirates. Can you believe it? If you want to grab it, the slate should still be in his quarters. Somewhere. Don't forget to tell your friends how much you enjoy the cruise.
Remember to obey all posted safety and mustering instructions.
Have you tried the canopies?
Must you continue these unwelcome interruptions? I'm a very busy woman. Excuse me? And why in goodness name would I do something as foolish as that? And why, in goodness name, would I possibly agree to that ridiculous demand? No, I can't. Sorry. Come on, I'm trying to help here. Don't get ahead of yourself. Oh, this is utterly preposterous. I'm not giving you anything. I should say so. The nerve of you to even ask something so stupid.
I saw your little exchange with Vera. Keep that up and I guarantee that imbecile's gonna demand that you be arrested. Which is why he's threatening you. That makes sense. We need hard evidence of their scheme. It's gonna be tricky. The problem is he's not gonna talk to you in public. We need to get Vera isolated so he'll spill everything he knows. Maybe, but if something goes wrong and he's able to raise an alarm, we're sunk. With all of these wealthy patrons aboard, the ship is crawling with security. Smart. If there's an emergency, standard practice is for all passengers to clear the decks and report to their cabins for lockdown. I think the best chance we have would be to tamper with the life support sensors. Manipulate a few controls, and you can fool the monitoring system into thinking there's a... I have no idea what all of that technical jargon meant. One more thing. If Chief Engineer Sundin gives you any trouble, tell him I'll erase that gambling debt he owes me. I prefer you use that as a last resort, but hey, what's the harm in losing a few credits when I'm... Anyway, I better start packing. Things are getting hot around here, and... As long as you remember that I'm getting... What's the status? Like the ship's purser probably told you, it's because the system is completely automated. The only way you're gonna get the award is by using Sheila's claim ID. But she's not going to just hand it over. Here, give her this. I'm certain it'll help. And if you're thinking of pulling the trigger on poor Miss Holbrook, remember that any... There's access to the crew section. Chief Sundin should be there, wasting time at his station. Once you're past Sundin, just look for the room marked. All passengers are instructed to immediately report to their cabins. Fortunately for us, all of the passenger cabin... This is normally to ensure the crew can check cabins quickly and without... On the surface, he's an upstanding citizen of the United Colonies. Pretty... Underneath, he's a greedy piece of garbage. Given the chance, he'd backstep. Come to think of it, if he wasn't such a petty type... Get back to it.
Must you continue these unwelcome interruptions? Excuse me? And why in goodness name would I do something as foolish as that? Oh my goodness. How did you know about that? There's no need to make a scene. If you're here to steal the award, there's nothing I can really do about that, is there? Here, take it.
If you have any specific requests, please... complaints about your cruise should be directed to one of the staff.
So, what brings you aboard?
Captain Rokov said you're allowed in any of the crew-specific areas. Just don't touch anything, please.
Hold up. This area is off limits to passengers. Wait a second. You're Captain Rokov's guest, right? Didn't expect to see you down here. Sorry to give you trouble. What can I do for you? Yeah, a little. Don't get me wrong, but quiet. I'm the Siren's chief engineer. Trident put me. Of course, this beauty is a cutting-edge piece of spacecraft. Unfortunately, that means there's quite a bit of downtime. Oh, sorry, that area's off limits. No exceptions. Ah, you're a fellow. Tell you what, I'm just going to step out for a bit and stretch my legs. Maybe you can hold this for me while I'm away? Honestly, he's a seasoned ship captain. He told me he was a long haul. Only thing is, he's always talking about trade deals and plans for get rich. Why he decided to be a star liner cap? Tell you what though, for someone that loves credit so much, he sure doesn't. Yeah, a little. Don't get me wrong. I'm this, of course, this beauty. Unfortunately, that... Feel free to look around, but don't mess with any of the controls.
Passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just a minor malfunction or a drill. This ship is in a state of emergency. Please return to your cabin immediately.
All passengers.
I was wondering if you were the cause of the ship-wide emergency. It's time you stop playing games and tell me why you're here.
Report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
First of all, you're in no position to demand anything. And second, you must think I'm stupid. There's no way I'd possibly incriminate myself by handing over the evidence. Claudia said that. You sure? Damn it! That means my money's already gone. And Dombrowski's going to walk away with a fortune. I'd love to see the bastard fry. But if I give you that information and it falls into the wrong hands, I could end up in jail. At least I walk away with something. All right, you have yourself a deal. Here, with this slate and this recording to tie it all together, you'll be able to nail his ass to the wall. He'll do whatever you want. Just remember that you promised to leave me out of it. Well, since Claudia has been spending time disgustingly close to Dombrowski, I think she's suffered enough. On the other hand, I've got very, very special plans for Larry. I have some friends that can, well, let's just say, take care of the problem. That's if you leave him alive, of course. We'll just have to wait and see.
And remain there until you receive further instructions.
All I can tell you is that there's more than a few people at Mast who find Commander Akande to be a huge pain in the ass. I mean, the UC is aware that the Crimson Fleet is a problem, but it pales in comparison to the issues with the Freestar Collective. Akande's loaded with big-picture ideas, but not a ton of evidence to put them into action. And frankly, it's driving my superiors crazy. Wait a moment. Are you telling me that this scheme is getting so out of hand, it also involves the Crimson Fleet? That's all I need right now. Enemies on two fronts. Just because I'm helping you nail Dombrowski doesn't mean I'm turning my back on UC security. How else am I going to ensure that he ends up behind bars when all this comes crashing down? No. You can leave me out of your merry little band of pirates, thank you very much. You better tell Dombrowski to run, because if you don't kill him, I will.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Well, well. You must be the one who's been accosting Claudia and Gabriel. I'm uncertain what you hope to accomplish here, but it appears we should rapidly enter into some sort of negotiation. You don't actually believe that I'd venture into such precarious criminal... I'm uncertain why you've become entangled in this. Excellent, excellent. So, before we begin, let's review the facts. First, it's clear that you've obtained insider knowledge of my arrangement to defraud Galbank. The means and the method, perhaps, but not the motive. And second, I'm going to hypothesize that my compatriots are despondent regarding their share and have assisted you with this endeavor. Since we're speaking and I'm not at the reporting end of a bullet...
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency.
Finally, a fellow
Please report to your
intellectual.
cabins in an orderly fashion.
You have compromising materials about me in your possession. The only thing I have to offer in return are my Galbank credentials. I assume that's what you've been angling for all along. Well, I'm surprised you even posed that question at all. The answer is quite obvious. The last thing I'd want to do at this point is call attention to myself. Obviously, that wouldn't be my preference, though Larry Dombrowski will be mysteriously vanishing after... Oh, it was actually a rather easy deduction to make. It's the only thing of significant value that I still have. It appears we've reached an accord. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me simplify that. Oh, of course, I trust you'll understand if I ask for us to avoid any further contact. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to formulate how I'm going to utter...
A sharp contrast from the crew quarters, is it not?
All passengers are being asked to return to their cabins. The Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please
Well,
report
looks
to
like
your
everything
cabins
worked
in an
out,
orderly
just like we
fashion
planned.
and remain there until you receive further instructions.
I'm glad you feel that way. Just remember to tell Delgado how much I pitched in to help. You know, I'm still wondering exactly what you needed those credentials for. You feel like telling me, partner? I usually have a nose for these things, but in your case, it's a mystery. Very frustrating. Whatever the case may be, it's apparently worth risking your life over. That's telling me it involves a lot of money. That also means I want in. Ah, so he told you to keep it from me. I see. I wouldn't want you to risk your position with the fleet like I did, so I'll just leave it alone. Anyway, I suppose there's nothing stopping me from rejoining the fleet now. It's been a long time coming. I owe you one, Dover Beach. Don't worry, it's not an insult. It's a very old Russian word for comrade. It's what I intend to call you from now on, so get used to it. Don't worry. You'll get what's coming to you. I promise.
May I have your attention, please?
Well, I suppose this is where we part company. Hopefully the next time we meet, we'll be aboard the Keep.
Please report to your cabin.
If this is not the very definition of decadence, I do not know what is.
Further instructions.
security team would appreciate if you'd please shelter in your cabin during this emergency. Thank you.
All passengers, may I have your attention,
I need
please?
to pack up and get out.
The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions. All passengers, may I have your attention, please?
Ship's released. Let's go.